Goes back through, runs on the right side. Now back to Forte, into the lane, trip to the basketball there by Josh Pickett, diving for the ball, and Abdullah Fantakaba is the one to take it away and throw it down with a two-handed dunk. Looked like it might have been a piece of ice. There are a couple of little kids standing up above. The big fella running the floor, now quickly back up the floor in transition. Kaba over to help, and a bucket good and a foul. Dre Bullock able to score it. Bullock starts at right side, pitches it up top to Bruns, who was shut off by a couple of Pioneers, able to get his way to the right side of the paint. The turnaround jumper is good. Mayum Boom, the 6'10 senior from Lincoln, Nebraska, able to steal it on that feed from Abdullah Fantakaba, and then Kaba flying back defensively, gets a block. Denver has had some good looks early on. The Pioneers 1 for 5 from the floor. Now an open 3 look from the corner. Isaac Bruns rattles it in. Pioneers struggling to handle the early pressure from South Dakota. Denver's turned it over 4 times. Turnaround hook shot in the lane from Josh Lee from North Sioux City. And the rebound belongs to the Pioneers. Nick Shadbano now driving through traffic and had that shot almost blocked on the way up. And when you get back to it out of the timeout, South Dakota with some fresh legs on the floor, including Shea Eberwine, who gives it up top to Caleb Stewart. Stewart, nice drive down the right side of the lane. Shot didn't go, but the rebound tipped out to Dre Bullock, who will follow with a lay-in for 2. Pretty regularly in need of extra time, and recent seasons it has felt like. Down the right side of the paint goes Sebastian Akins into the game for the first time today on a nice handed off feed, and Akins is able to get that one to go off the square, and it's back to a 2-point game. 10-8 the score. Quick drive through traffic, and Caleb Stewart partially blocked at the rack. Here comes Josh Lee. Bounce pass out to Akins. Right side 3 on the way. Yes, sir! Knows what it takes to win. He worked under Craig Smith there. Craig Smith so successful in his time as a breakdown off of the inbound and wide open for a lay-in. Isaac Bruns. Josh Lee will bring it up the floor. Lee flying through traffic. Lee to the rack, and Josh Lee muscles a shot through contact, gets it to go, and a foul call here. I mean, this is like a track meet so far. These two teams just flying back and forth up the floor. The next highest player in free throw attempts on this roster for South Dakota is Isaac Bruns, who has 80. Isaiah Adowanker transition 3 is up and good. Offensive rebound down and pulled back in by the Coyotes. Here goes Forte in against Akins. Some help there from Adowanker, now turning in the lane. Throws up a shot and gets it to go. At 22 against the Pioneers in the first meeting between these two teams as Denver breaks past the press here. Akins feeds it down low. Lopez San Vicente blocked at the rack by Boom. Flying it up the floor. Here comes Forte into contact. Blocked there by a backpedaling John Manny. Was able to get the arms up, and then Denver immediately turns it over. So not a good pace there against a team that loves to get you into mistakes, turning the ball over. Boom down low, going to work against Kaba. Kaba with a shot block, and he rips it away from Boom. And the Yotes trying to get the lead back. We've already seen a handful of lead changes as Max Burchill goes into the lane, feeds it down low to a wide open Mayum Boom. Closing, Abdullah Fantakaba fouls him, and the bucket is good. Second chance at Denver being out rebounded to this point off of the offensive. Actually, the offensive rebounds even at 2 apiece. And Bruns leading into contact, and Paul Bruns swatted by Abdullah Fantakaba. Now Kaba sprinting up the floor, throws down his second dunk of the night. He's got his 3rd of the night. Remember, this is just his 10th collegiate game. And a fadeaway, was that a 3? That was a 3 beyond the arc. Pioneers trailing it by 3. Denver 2 for 4 from three-point range. South Dakota 2 for 6. Josh Pickett driving into the lane. Nice dump off feed for another dunk. I don't think I've ever seen a pass just clank off of a guy's face, spring straight up into the air, and now Josh Pickett able to look into the defense and find Nick Shadbano. Goodness gracious. Denver's back in front, 23-22. 3-ball on the way is good from Chase Forte. Rebound is tapped and collected by Abdullah Fantakaba, who is everywhere tonight. Feeds it up top to Nick Shadbano. Step-in jumper from the nail. That won't go. Rebound tipped by Josh Pickett, but into the waiting hands of Dre Bullock. Here comes Bullock up the floor. Flings it to another 3-ball from Forte, and that's good. 8-24 the score. Right side, Nick Shadbano. Bounce pass to Pedro Lopez San Vicente. Great drop step to get around Mayum Boom. And he goes up and under and lays it in on a reverse layout. And now a takeaway by the Pioneers on the defensive end. Sebastian Akins, no look give back to Josh Pickett, and his layup is good. Dakota. But great effort there by DU. Great as Denver's able to break out of this press. Nice job by Josh Pickett to feed it across the midcourt stripe. Nick Shockbanyo blows right by Mayum Boom, and the layup good there for two to get Denver back in the lead. Turnover category starting to even out as well now. 8 for Denver, 6 for South Dakota. And the Pioneers lead at 30-28. Left wing three on the way, and good. 4:30 to go here before halftime. 33-29, Denver leads it. Dre down low off a nice feed, got his own rebound, and put it back up and scored it. Great. Awesome. Oh, we're still on the stream coverage. We have lost the radio station coverage as another offensive board put back by South Dakota. Defensive chance. 3:05 to go. 35-31 is the. Lopez San Vicente down low, spinning at the rack. Terrific shooter from three-point range. Those tuned in on 104.3 The Fan HD3. Our connection a little bit dicey here today, but Denver is back to it as Isaiah Adewanker will launch and connect on a three. And welcome back in the Division I flow of basketball, where he feels like, oh yeah, I can contribute here. And a runner in the lane is good for Chase Forte, and you could probably hear the and one call from him as he will head to the line. But South Dakota can equal or surpass that mark right here. Up top, Forte spins between a couple of defenders and an easy layup. And a timeout taken by Eric Peterson as his team has gotten it back down to a three-point game. Denver's starting five back out on the floor. Ben Bowen on a handoff from Abdul Fantakaba. Crossover dribble. Ben left side, great drive take, and a layup with the right hand. South Dakota has only had 5 different scorers. Just a divergent tale as a runner from Forte is good, and another foul call to send him to the line. Goes up top to Abdullah Fantakaba, deals it back to Ben Bowen, steps into a three, swatted by Mayum Boom, and that is a shot clock violation. Mayum Boom, what a great job to step out and help defensively, and I mean, that thing had barely left Ben's hand. Dribbles right side, hands it off out there to Josh Lee. Lee into the paint, no look feed, DeAndre Craig, a three blocked. That is the third block of the night for South Dakota. J.J. White scored the final 13 points of that game. First free throw good, second free throw no good. Dre Bullock gets his own rebound off the front of the rim and dunks. And South Dakota is certainly not going to go away. This is a team that knows how to get in good spots late in games. Nice feed down low from Sebastian Akins to Pedro Lopez San Vicente. The inbound finds the hand of Paul Bruns, who spins on the baseline and scores around Pedro Lopez San Vicente. And it is Denver basketball out of the timeout as John's able to get it in to Josh Pickett. Flings it up the floor to Sebastian Akins, sprinting down the sideline. Nick Shockbanyo open outside the arc, back up top to Akins. Akins driving right side. Seth, nice take into the lane. Some first half foul trouble. Smith with a couple of fouls early, but he's got a lot of time to work with here in the second half. Now feed down low to Paul Bruns, who waits for a man to fly by. Deals it back out up top after trying to penetrate to the left side. Finds Akins. Seb dribbling left side, gets a screen from Pickett. Seb kicks it out. Josh Lee, partially blocked three. Wide open past everybody. Dre Bullock wanted that feed. Now he does get it and floats in and lays it up. 54-53. Denver has had 3 or 4 different three-pointers blocked tonight. And the Pioneers give it away again. And the lead belongs to South Dakota on a dunk from Dre Bullock. And they are doing it again tonight. 56-55, they lead it. Mayum Boom driving in against Lopez San Vicente. Just way too easy for Mayum Boom. Left-handed hook shot is good. Nick goes on the right wing to Dre. Craig bounce pass to Pedro, to a cutting Josh Lee in the lane. Knocked back to Pedro. Lopez San Vicente up through contact, muscles a shot in. But a great finish by Pedro as well. Now here goes Forte, and great defense by Pedro, but jumping into the lane. A floater is good for Forte. This is on Denver's side. Inbound pass goes to Boom. Down low, whips it up top. Three on the way is no good. That one blocked by Denver. That was Nick Shockbanyo, but South Dakota able to keep it alive. Here goes Bruns driving in, and his layup is good. Finds him down low, backing in against Lopez San Vicente. Now whipped out to the wing. Driving goes Shea Everwine. Layup good and a foul. Denver now scoreless for the last almost 3 minutes from the floor. Floater down low, up and good for Max Burchill. Pioneers check that last 2 minutes from the floor. Pioneers last bucket from the floor. Opponents in the Summit League have averaged almost 91 points per game as another foul call will send South Dakota to the free throw line again. It's Dre Bullock. Forte deals it up top. Finds Bullock there. Bullock step back three, got it. And Denver's offense has gone ice cold, and Denver's defense has not had much good sledding. We'll get a goaltending call here against South Dakota as Ashton Smith floated in too late to try to block that shot. So 2 points given back to them. So it is a 9-point game. Denver trailed by 11 before the goaltend, their biggest deficit of the night. In the lane, Smith tried to throw down a dunk, fumbled the ball in midair, and it went in. As it is back to an 11-point game, 78-67. Sebastian Akins playing with 4 fouls, drives baseline, kicks it out to DeAndre Craig, floating to the rack. Dre able to get his layup to go. Crazy shot attempts in the second half for South Dakota. They were 14 of 33 for the entire first half. Left side drive for Forte, flings one up at the rack, got his own rebound and puts it up and scores. Flung back across, floating into the lane, and down low. Nice job by Pedro Lopez San Vicente defensively to force a takeaway from Dre Bullock. And Denver driving, and a runner is good. DeAndre Craig, and Denver will call a timeout here. Half court. Nick goes right side, dribbles into contact, gets around a man. His floater is no good. And Denver somehow able to get the rebound. And Pedro Lopez San Vicente went up and scored it, a whistle, and that one will count. And Pedro's headed to the free throw line. By as many as 12 in this game. DeAndre Craig outside of the lane, blocked out of bounds. And that's it. Our final score, South Dakota 86, Denver 79. Pioneer postgame coming up next on 104.3 The Fan HD3.